To a new arena in Augusta, the people have spoken. The question is, what did the mayor hear? Last month, at the request of the mayor and commissioners, both political parties put non-binding straw poll questions on their primary ballots about the location for a new arena. Count News Channel 6's George Askela live in the newsroom. And George, voters from both parties were asked for their preference, Regency Mall or downtown.
Right, there was even a campaign with both sides using advertising to sway voters to their sides. After all, the dust cleared, the Democratic primary ballots were cast and the Republican primary ballots were cast, and downtown was the clear winner. Now, comments from the mayor is making this less clear. Coliseum Authority Chairman Cedric Johnson hasn't talked to Mayor Davis about it, but heard his comments about the arena location on the radio.
Angered, shocked?
I was shocked, and not angered, but hurt, because again, I think as a community, we've got to come together, not Democrats and Republicans, but we've got to come together as a community.
As a community, about 60% of Augusta primary voters from both parties rejected Regency Mall as the site of the new arena in favor of downtown. On the Something to Talk About radio program, Mayor Hardy Davis was asked about the arena vote and said there wasn't a single result, but questions on two different primary ballots.
You have the Republican ballot where they say, well, we want you to build the downtown. You have the Democratic ballot where they say, I want you to build the Regency Mall. So I've got two competing interests here. I know who elected me.
Right.
And so the people who elected me said, build it at Regency Mall.
I thought we had a gentleman's agreement that when we put it out to the people, not Democrats, not Republicans, but the people, that we would do the wishes of the people.
But Mayor Hardy Davis is saying it's not that clear cut.
We find ourselves at a place, at a juxtaposition of inconclusiveness.
I'm concerned that he would make those comments.
Why are you concerned?
I'm concerned because what it does, in my opinion, it brings a further division to this community.
Johnson wants a new arena downtown. So is that dream in more trouble now after the mayor's comments?
If you believe these words are further dividing the community, does a divided community approve a new arena?
I see that very hard to do.
Talked to Mayor Davis on the phone. He did not want to comment, but for the record, neither the mayor nor commissioners run as Democrats or Republican. Those races are nonpartisan. And yes, in the May primary, a majority of Democratic voters favored Regency Mall as the site for the new arena, but a majority of the Democrats also voted in favor of the downtown location, but by a smaller margin.